Our next recipient this year is Reverend Robert Marciano, Commander Chaplain of the Rhode Island National Guard. Presented to Father Marciano is Robert Goosens, Vice Chairman of the Board of Trustees for Andros Islands.
The St. Edmund's Medal of Honor, presented to Reverend Robert Marciano, Warwick, Rhode Island, October 16, 2015. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people he chose for his inheritance. We find these words in the 33rd Psalm, and these are the words of God, to which Colonel Marciano responded when he not only became a Catholic priest, but also a chaplain for the National Guard, as well as for the Warwick Police and Fire Departments. Father Marciano's career and ministry have been testaments to the paramount importance of God and country in his life, and he's radiated these loves out of the lives of those whom he worked and whom he has ministered. His contributions to his city, his state, and his country have been recognized at all levels, including the governor of the state of Rhode Island and the adjutant general. He has been recognized by the church as Chaplain of the Year in 2005, as well as being awarded the Papal Order of the Knights of the Holy Sepulchre by His Eminence, Sean Cardinal O'Malley. Reverend Colonel Robert Marciano truly has shown himself to be a man of both God and country. In the tradition of St. Edmund of Canterbury, Reverend Robert Marciano is an ordinary man living an extraordinary life. He is truly a man of virtue, truth, and grace. It is therefore the distinct honor and high privilege of the Board of Trustees of St. Edmund's Retreat to bestow upon Reverend Robert Marciano the St. Edmund's Medal of Honor for service to the church and community.
Thank you, Father Tom, and members of the Board of Trustees, and distinguished guests, Your Honor, Mr. Mayor, and all who are gathered here for this wonderful event to honor those who continue to serve the great mission of St. Edmund's Retreat. Father Tom and I had the privilege to have lunch this week at St. Edmund's Retreat and to visit the island. I told him I hadn't been to the island since I was in the seminary, and that's back in 1976, I think, when I visited. And there were about 20 of us that visited. There were about 12 or 13 priests that were stationed there, and they were so nice to us. And when you're in the seminary, no one is nice to you. So the Edmundites were so nice to us, we all wanted to join the Edmundite Fathers. And Father Tom said, you should have then. But I want to thank you for this great honor. It's been a great 32 years of priesthood, not only parochial ministry, but also military ministry. And let me just say that as a military chaplain, the greatest reward is being able to travel to far distant places to bring the sacraments to the brave young men and women the General was speaking about. I had that occasion when I was on active duty, but one particular young man stands out. It was in a very far away and dusty place. I had said Mass for about 500 of our very brave men and women that were ready to go back out to their important duties. And as this young man was leaving this tent of about 500 troops, his eyes were glistening. He had been crying, and after Mass he said to me, Father, thanks for coming to say Mass for 30 minutes. You brought us all home. That's what we do as Catholic chaplains, to be sure that the sacraments are there when they need it. So thank you to all of you for what you're doing for St. Edmund's, to Matthew, that wonderful talk that inspires us all, and to be able to help people in this particular ministry to make sure that lives continue to grow in grace in God's kingdom. Thank you so much, and God bless you.